Cost forecasting is an integral part of the project management process, and it does not cease to be important once the project has commenced. Your project cost forecasts should not be a static tool, and should instead be adjusted as the project progresses. Do you know that project cost management has been practiced since 1950? Well, I also did not know that. In this video, we're going to learn about performance-based project cost forecasting techniques and another key aspect of the cost forecasting methods. While using these cost forecasting techniques, project team members make a very common mistake, which impacts the reliability and effectiveness of the cost forecasting process. I will discuss that mistake later in this video, so stay tuned. The good news is that accurate project cost forecasting isn't rocket science, as long as you've got a good process in place. By listing your tasks, calculating costs, and tracking a project's progress, you can create accurate cost estimates and make sure your budgets don't balloon out of control. In project management, EVM Technique uses the concept of estimate at completion, or also known as EAC. Basically, it forecasts the expected project cost at completion while the project is in progress. It is a part of earned value management, which takes into account of variables like unplanned costs and inaccurate or obsolete early estimates. Estimate at completion tells us whether events, developments, or issues have changed the originally estimated costs of the project. It factors in the actual cost of the project to date, as well as a cost estimate of remaining work, for a complete picture of the project budget. For example, a project with an estimated budget is $10 million. However, the unavailability and delivery delays of some particular equipment drive up costs. Using the EAC formula, you can create a new budget forecast. So next thing is to know, what are these EAC formulas, and which one to use? The appropriate EAC formula can vary, depending on the situation. When the initial estimates were wrong, or now obsolete, then use the universal formula. That is EAC equals to actual cost, plus ETC. Where EAC is estimate at completion, AC is actual cost, and ETC is estimate to complete. Remember, this is the most common and highly accurate method for cost forecasting. It is very common to find that the initial cost estimate and budget allocated on that basis are no more valid. However, this method requires significant efforts and resources to forecast. The EAC, especially the ETC, needs to be calculated using a bottom-up strategy and taking account of each cost element for the remaining work. Bottom-up estimation involves the estimation of work at the lowest possible level of detail. These estimates are then aggregated in order to arrive at summary totals. By building detailed cost and time estimates for a work package, the probability of being able to meet the estimated amounts improves substantially. There are multiple advantages to using bottom-up estimating. First, because these estimates are derived by people directly involved with a project, they tend to be quite accurate. Second, this approach can be used in conjunction with other estimation techniques to arrive at a more fine-tuned final estimate. And finally, any estimation errors made using the bottom-up approach tend to balance out, where overestimates in one area are offset by underestimates in other areas. This means that the overall estimate for a project may still be reasonable. The next formula is based on when performance is steady and has not deviated too sharply from the original estimate. The next formula for EAC is ratio of BAC and CPI. Where EAC is estimate at completion, BAC is budget at completion, and CPI is cost performance index. When there were some performance issues or one-time disruption in the project work, but the remaining of the original budget estimates are expected to remain accurate, then use the following formula. Here EAC is a combination of AC and the difference between BAC and EV. EAC is estimate at completion, AC is actual cost, BAC is budget at completion, and EV is earned value. Sometimes you will find both schedules and cost factors are impacted in significant ways. When it is necessary to account for cost and schedule in order to arrive at an updated budget forecast, use the following formula. Here EAC is the combination of AC and the difference between BAC and EV, and SPI and CPI. EAC is estimate at completion, AC is actual cost, BAC is budget at completion, EV is earned value, and SPI is schedule performance index. Besides the formula and method of cost forecasting, the next critical thing is the frequency of cost forecasting. Operating rhythm will help you to improve the accuracy of your forecast and provide more reliable, cost forecasting figures. So when you should do cost forecasting for projects. The project cost forecasts are generally developed and issued from the initiation of the project until the project's closeout. Usually, the first cost forecast, done at the commencement of the project, forms the cost baseline for your project. Once the project is started, cost forecasting is done at regular intervals. The frequency of cost forecasts can vary from monthly, quarterly, or even in some cases, it is done weekly basis. This will depend on the types of projects and phases. Sometimes, companies do prefer cost forecasting at certain key milestones of the project for financial reasons. The challenges in cost forecasting for an ongoing project would be different than a project which is at the initiation stage or still in tendering phase. A common mistake I found people usually make is in their cost forecasting process. That is cost data utilized for cost forecasting. Note that an adequate amount of data is necessary during project forecasting. Ideally, you begin forecasting when the project is at least 20% complete. There are different methods of cost forecasting in project management. However, there's no silver bullet when it comes to applying each technique. Managing the cost forecasting requires careful planning and the use of the right techniques to avoid shortfalls. These factors can adversely affect project payment schedules and impact the project's financial outcomes. Cost forecasting reduces project risk and increases the chances of project success. This means that you can learn how likely it is that a project will be successful, evaluate the risks involved, and identify areas for improvement. As a result, project managers are armed with sufficient knowledge to anticipate project duration, cost overruns, project budgeting, forecasting, and resource needs. The concepts and techniques you learned at projectsmind are applicable to all your projects and are used by Fortune 500 firms. If you like this video, then hit the like button and let us know how you feel about us by leaving a comment in the below section. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to see our latest videos when they come out. See you later, and bye for now.